friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a quick Friday Reads video with you. I don't do these every week, but I try to do them every once in a while just so you know what I'm currently reading if you're not following me on Goodreads. Let's go ahead and jump into what I plan to be reading tonight and through the weekend. So I'm currently reading The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book in the Remnant Chronicles and I loved the first book. I actually reread it in preparation for continuing in the trilogy. Loved the first book. Like I said, 5 stars the first time, 5 stars the second time, and I'm reading this and loving it. I love the characters. I love the world. The world is very different in the first book and in the second book, because in the second book you're in a totally different part of the world, so that is very interesting, and you're getting to know the characters more in depth, especially the side characters of the first book. And after I finish this, which I should finish this pretty soon unless I get really busy this weekend, but I definitely want to finish this. But if I finish it and I have more time, I'm going to pick up the third and final book in the Remnant Chronicles, The Beauty of Darkness. And look at that cover. Oh my god, but look at that size though. This book is pretty hefty. I'm going to try not to spoil myself. 679 pages. So if I decide to pick this one up next, I will probably not finish it unless, I don't know, by some miracle I turn into a speed reader. But yeah, so I may, after this, just go right into the third book. But if I don't go right into the third book, then I'm going to pick up an ARC that I got a copy of, In Her Skin by Kim Savage. I'm so excited about this book, you guys. If you haven't been following my journey with this author, you probably won't understand the excitement. So her debut novel, Into the Woods, I was really anticipating that a couple of years ago. It made my most anticipated books of that year. And for some reason, when a book releases, I never ever go to the bookstore on that day trying to get a copy, because I usually order offline, or I usually can never go to the bookstore on the day that a book releases because I'm usually at work. But for that day, it was when I was in school, in college still, and I tried to go get a copy on release day. They didn't have a copy, and I was like, okay, let me ask them. They didn't order any for the store, so I called around to all of the bookstores in my city and the next city, and nobody had a copy. I kept wanting to order it off of Amazon, but I wasn't working, so to have the funds to not only buy the book, but to have it shipped and all of that, it just never happened. So finally, her second book was going to release, and Beautiful Broken Girls, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to read the first one before I read the second one. Not that they're anything to do with each other, but I was just I was really anticipating her first book. So this is turning into a really chatty video, sorry. I decided that I wanted to get her first book, so I mentioned something on Twitter about how I couldn't find it, and the author herself, Kim Savage, reached out to me and offered to send me one of her author copies of Into the Woods, which, mind blown. All their copies are super duper rare, but she sent it to me. She wrote a little note inside. I read it. I loved it. As soon as Beautiful Broken Girls became available for pre-order, I actually got it for myself and Christy, one of my friends here on the interwebs, and that was our Christmas present. I got it for her for Christmas. I pre-ordered it for her, even though it didn't come out till I think February or March. I ordered it for her and then ordered a copy for myself. So soon after it released, we got our copies. And then I've read both of those books and enjoyed them. So she reached out to me asking me if I would be interested in getting an early copy of this. And I was like, absolutely. Are you kidding me? And she said that she would pass it along. She didn't know for sure how many copies were available or if I'd be able to get one, but she would throw my name and address into the mix. And one day this just graced my doorsteps, and I have been pumped about this ever since. I'm so excited. It's kind of told in alternating perspectives, and 15-year-old Jo takes on the biggest con of her life. She's living in Boston, and I guess she tries to infiltrate another family, and I just so excited for it. I am gonna love it. I really think I'm gonna love it. I love Kim Savage's writing style. I realize it's probably not for everyone, but her books are so unique in my opinion, and they have such a like vibe about them, but they're so distinctive. Like they don't feel like, you know, the same thing done over and over and over again. So if I need a break in between reading The Heart of Betrayal and going into this behemoth, I'm going to try to squeeze In Her Skin in. But if I want to go right into the third, I'll go into this, and then this will be my next read. I want to read this before it comes out. It comes out March 2018, but it did make my most anticipated releases of the year list, so I'm so happy to have an early copy. And I absolutely love the Remnant Chronicles, so I mean, I really can't go wrong either way, you guys. So this is kind of my Friday reads, but I'll like update you, of course, at the end of the month what I actually got to. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you will be reading now that you know what I will be reading. That's all for today's video. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!